This is day 49 of the Arukh HaShulchan OC. If you would like to sponsor a shiur or a week of Arukh HaShulchan OC, please contact me directly. Today we are doing Siman Lamed Beis, Sif Dalet to Siman Lamed Beis, Sif Yud Beis, Vad Bichlal. We'll talk about the writing of Tefillin. In writing each and every letter, each letter in and of itself, there's no order in writing the letter. Every letter has the Hebrew alphabet. Almost every letter is made up of other letters, such as the Aleph is made up of Vav and two Yuds. And a Hey is has two parts, the top part and the little leg on the left. Hey, and that's what he speaks about over here. Every letter has a first part and second part. Such as yesh lo lichtov. We call them a dalet v'charkach yud. The dalet is supposed to come before the yud. And so to all the other letters. I guess it means the large part before the small part. Nevertheless, if he did the later part earlier, then put the yud before the dalet and the hey. Last time, but it's not a problem. Because much lodigmar os, as long as the letter is not complete, ain't zeh klum. It's nothing. It ain't over till it's over. You wrote a little bit of a letter, and then you wrote the preceding letter, and then you completed the original letter. It's not because the second letter was not fully formed before the first letter was complete. If you didn't put on the little crowns and letters which require little crowns, because he wrote subsequent letters reporting on the Tagin, it's not out of order. Called Tagin, he put on the little crowns afterwards. The some letters have crowns, those are 3 chupchiks, and some letters have kotzim, thorns, that's 1 chupchik. Yochel says you can make it afterwards. But the came to since the primary letters are written properly, the rest of it does not matter to us. Brackets. The dalet of a has to be like 4 small dalets, 4 same size, 4 very small dalets, but not the same size as 4 regular dalets. This is the Prima Gadim. The Mishnah Berurah says people write it that dalet and echad just a little bit larger than daletim are usually written, and that is in fact, I believe, the minhag. Hey, yesh chasam l'Yisrael, those who wrote to be careful. Sheichto kol parshir shel yav shorosh to tzufim. You must write them in one continuous session. V'lo yafsik b'dibur kol, not interrupt with speech in the middle. At least in the first and the second parsha there should be an interruption. So to between the third and fourth, because the first 2 are in Shemos, adjacent to each other, and the second 2 in the foreign. If you interrupt between the second and the third, so then when you begin the third parsha, then you should write over with ink, which it's already written, but you should write over the ink the first letter of the first parsha and the first letter of the second parsha, then write the third parsha. This is from the Shai Tshuva in name of the Kavonas, which is the Arizal. This is not strict halacha, you need to be the Rama, it's just a hitter mitzvah. But I royal there mitzvah gdola kazut, so proper to be mahad and a great mitzvah like tefillin. He also should write the tzonchirin with Batara, Shade Bomi Tumas carry that the sofer should go to the mikveh if he had been Tomei Tumas carry. The parsha Tzuvim Mishal Yad, the Chem Mishal Rosh. He should write the parashas of Shal Rosh and Shal Yad with Tzuvim continuously. Avom Mehevsik Ben Shal Yad Shal Rosh Lo Yedati Akpeda. I don't see any reason that you must be meticulous not to be mafsi between the Shal Yad and Shal Rosh, says the Arukh HaShulchan. Sheish name is the same because there are 2 mitzvahs. And all this is not an impediment, it's just because of the Hidur mitzvah. Vav, Haksiva Hibid Yo Dafka. The writing has to be specifically with ink. Umaud Yo, what is ink? This is explaining you're there. B'divrei Rabbeinu Baalei Shulchan Aruch. There seems a contradiction in the Shulchan Aruch from there to here. The three minimum requirements. It's got to be black. It's got to last. It's got to be wood based from a wood derivative. I think it's called resin, but I'm not sure. They used to do it from the smoke of the oil of fruit, which of course comes from a tree. We don't know how to do that nowadays. We don't know patzim. Shima 8, we do it from the also the oils from the wood. The guma, which I think is a rubber, which comes from a tree. The cooper, I don't know. Cooper is I'm not sure exactly what it is. The cooper Wasser, zeu kankantom. But I know that the ink is made out of made from walnuts and I'm not sure what else. Okay, whatever this is. Zayin. That's how they wrote that you should read in black ink. Where it has the water of that resin from the tree. Or if it does not, it has to be black. It's preferable to write with ink which is made from the smoke from the trees. Or from oil soaked in the resin from the tree. Meaning the because who before they wrote the ikaru shashachos. So the main thing is the blackness. According to Rama, only blackness is required as an impediment, like he wrote there. But something that the tree is an impediment, even though the Rambam does not mention this. The Halacha writes that the Beis Yosef writes that Stam Dio is black, and it sounds like everything that is black, because it is the glass, and it's nicker on the cloth, it's kosher, and it's kosher. And therefore the Ramah comes to add that no, that's true, maybe, but l'chatchila, like Rabbeinu Tam, that comes specifically from a tree. Okay? Back to Arukh HaShulchan here. V'chein before Bizarre Truma. The Zohar says, Komila Didyo Eitz Inun. Everything from the which is ink should be from wood. Vodidyo ukam, also ink should be black. Ein shom. They should preferably make it from smoke which comes from the resin of a tree, or not sure. I think it's ink of the Paris or resin of tree. But anyway, it seems it's got to be from trees. Therefore, I'm not sure to do this the old way. It says only then should be from the tree. This is how we make this apatim, which is the oily base, and the guma, which is the resin. They both come to tree. The guma gan to sarafa, not the resin also comes from the tree. It's like the resin from which you make syrup, which drips from the tree. The kankatom is shakus. And kankatom you take for blackness is Cooper Wasser. That is the Cooper water, whatever that is. And this says according to this everything works out fine. Mishnah writes that according to Ramah Chatchila, you should not put a kuma or kankatom, because kuma or kankatom make the ink indelible, and you need to have preferably ink that can be erased. And through the kuma and kankatom, the writing is permanent and cannot be erased. But Ladina, to strictly as the law, also Ramah concedes that it's permissible to make ink from the water of the walnuts and kankatom, and this is the way they do it today by these three ingredients. And this is the minhag of Gedolim. And you should not make ink just from mei apotzim and shmonim bilvad. So I guess you have to use this additional dye of kankatom. Okay, I felt I should look this up here, so I looked it up on Wikipedia. Iron gall ink, also known as common ink, standard ink, oak gall ink, or iron gall nuts ink, is a purple, black, or brown black ink made from iron salts and tannic acids from vegetable sources. It was the standard ink formulation used in Europe for the 1400-year period between the 15th and 19th centuries. It remained in widespread use well into the 20th century and is still sold today. The ink was traditionally prepared by adding some iron sulfate, which I assume is the concatone, to a solution of tannic acid, which I assume is comes from the resin of the tree. But any iron donor can be used. The gallic acid, which is the me'apotzim, was usually extracted from oak galls of other trees, hence the name. Fermentation hydrolysis of the extract releases glucose and gallic acid, which yields a darker purple-black ink due to the formation of iron gallate. Okay, the fermented extract was combined with the iron sulfate. That's kumara concatone. After filtering, the resulting pale gray solution had a binder added to it, most commonly gum arabic. That's the guma, which is mentioned, and was used to write on paper or parchment. A well-prepared ink would gradually darken to an intense purplish black. The resulting marks would adhere firmly to the parchment or vellum, and unlike India ink or other formulas, could not be erased by rubbing or washing. The mark could only be erased by scraping a thin layer of the writing surface. If those of you want more information, can turn to Wikipedia just like I did. Okay, continuing on here. So the Cooper, going back a bit, the apotzim is the the acid, whatever it's called again, the gallic acid, and the guma is the gum arabic, and the concatone is the chakras, the iron sulfate, and that makes the Cooper Wasser, which is called here. What's it called here? The Cooper Wasser. I don't seem to have a specific separate name here, other than ink. Okay. Ches. If you wrote even one letter in other types of colors, or bizov, or even of gold, which is when you take ground up gold and put it in water and write within, that's possible altogether. The Mishnah Berurah says that even you wrote part of a letter, not just a letter, even the kutzo, the thorn on top of the yud. The tikkun lo mahani shari local citron. You can't do anything about it because to fix it will be local citron. This letter not written in ink is as if it's not written at all. If you put golden powder on properly written letters in order to adorn them, you gotta remove the gold. You you're left with the ink underneath. Because much love here apostles, when you don't take off the gold, it is possible. Therefore, if you spill the gold on one of the names of Kosh Baruch Hu, ain't no takona. Because in that case you can't remove the gold. It's like you're erasing the name of Kosh Baruch Hu. For the Zav and yet on the other hand, well, as long as gold is on it, nifsal os, so that is possible. These are there for the whole parchment has to be put in Shemus. Even though Mikom Makom, we say the brackets on the lines, Shaloka Sidron, low Shaykh Shemavir, there's no Shaloka Sidron when you remove the gold. Test. Tzar Shlotid Bak Os Shum Os Chaverta. No letter should stick to another one. Elakol Os Tiemu Kefetz Klap. Each letter should be surrounded with parchment by Arbaruch Osev on its four sides. Filo Osar Acharon. And even the last letter, Tzar Shemuka Beklab Aruch has got to have parchment on all sides. Batam Lo Yisparesh. Reason has not been explained. The nearly she said Arukh HaShulchan says Arukh HaShulchan explains that Arukh HaShulchan Sinai. Some people say this will be from the language of from the Joshua of Ksiva Tama, Uchsav Tom. It should be Tom, and this makes it whole and complete. That's from the Alter Rebbe. And you give Mishnah writes a similar thing. Leaning back to Arukh HaShulchan, leaning on Ksiva Tama ain't Ela B'Gufos. Arukh HaShulchan difference. He says Ksiva Tama is specifically in the letter itself, not in what it connects to. Well, the Mordechai, or not that it's not connected to something else. Well, the Mordechai Reish Yichud Sefer Torah Evi Deus Sheba Sefer Torah Ein Tzarech Kevbil. He brings opinions that in the Sefer Torah you don't need to be surrounded by airspace. Torah. Rif also doesn't bring that this is necessary by Sefer Torah. V'yitam Ksiva Tama, and if it's learned out from Ksiva Tama, it should be whole writing. Halogam Sefer Torah tzarich Ksiva Tama. Sefer Torah also requires whole writing. Elabadai Halacha Moshe Sinai. Must be Halacha Moshe Sinai. So the Lo Nam Rav is Sefer Torah, and it was not saved by Sefer Torah, only by Tefillin. But we hold, I mean Lamaisa, that Gam Sefer Torah Ma'akev, also Sefer Torah, it actually Mukav Gvil has that portion on all sides of the letter. Because you're there. Simon Reish Ayin Dalid. Famous Agaram Berg Av the New Test Ayin Shom. Brackets Nushon Atur Ma Lichor Mashaka Graz. The Tur does sound like the Graz, the Balatanya that goes by because of Ksav Tom. Chen Kosav Atata Prisha Avla Bach Kosav Kid Varenu. But the Bach wrote like we rewrote because of the Tur. Military Tur was talking about different things. The Lord of Rios. He didn't bring evidence for his position, the Bach. But a Boru Shetamu Shevenu. But it's clear that the Bach learned it from the same place I did. So Yud Yerushalmi Brachas Isa Ire Osios. East. You mix the letters, so one letter flow goes into the other. East tani kosher, east tani posel. Some say kosher, some say posel. Or video kule. Kosher milamaton, posel milamalon. If they go in on the bottom, it's okay. On the top, it's not good. Could go on artseinu, tifarteinu. The artseinu. He's going to explain. But artseinu, tifarteinu, there's nothing which goes beneath the line. Artzecha tzricha, but artzecha, it goes below the line, the chaf, sofis, and it goes to another letter, might be possible. Tifartecha tzricha, tifartecha also be the same problem. Ayin ubiur kenu, explains Arukh HaShulchan. The Ba'osir Shavas letters which are equal, ba'orech in their length, Hadim bor, the halach is clear, the midbika milamala, puzzle, if you connect them on top, it's possible because that takes away the two of the os. Mata kosher, but on the bottom, it's not a problem. Even without them being connected, you still. I'm not sure what it means that. It should be the gam. Should be the gam with a dibuk nisha torah os. Even though they're connected, there is the form of the letter. So it seems to me. But here it says shum the gam below a dibuk nisha torah os. In any event. If their letters which are dissimilar in their length, go artzacha, tifartacha. The kaf nimshach lamata yoser me'at tzadik. The kaf goes down more than the tzadik, and the in artzecha and the taf in tifartecha. We need back with so tzadik bataf, and it clings to the end of the tzadik or the end of the taf in these letters. Uva kaf hu ba emtza. Which is to the middle of the kaf sofis. There was the tzaddik goes like this and hits the side of the kaf sofis, which goes like that. So that is a problem. Tzricha she'ela. Kumar v'avisavik. It's not clear. Paskin l'kumra. V'chen kosav Rashi b'tshuvas. Because that's Yerushalmi lo yisuk gears shel he had different gears in the Yerushalmi. Avu zal pirish b'dilim milamal lo mani greira. On top, you cannot separate the letters, because you're not making letters by making letters, but by letting them emerge from the surrounding parchment. That's called chok tuchos, when you don't write it, but you let it emerge, and you let it emerge here by scraping away some of the parchment. Because the letter's not complete until actually you do that. On the bottom, on the other hand, it works to erase because the letter is already formed. Ein Shom. The recall Paskin Marshall had you up. For all the Paskin, it sounds pretty clear the Greiram Harim Cholim, that if you scrape off the excess, it's okay. Because that's not like Chok Tuchos, like letting letters come out on their own. Came Shona good Elabainos, just because you're only scraping between the letters. Biur says that if the letters came connected before the letter was completed, So then that's possible. I guess it's still to be finished in psul, and that the grader won't work. But the Arukh HaShulchan obviously holds that it's sufficiently letter-like, even if the connection occurs before the letter is complete, that you can still separate the letters. The Chekos back to Arukh HaShulchan. Chekos some first book goes Mani Perek Aleph. Mordechai Reish Perek Kometz Rabba. The Oisa first says, and when you're involved in so many letters, lo having a chok tuchos, it's not like making letters by raising them out of the parchment. Ayin Sham. Mordechai Machmir Gami Lamata Ad Shigor. The Mordechai is Machmir that you have to remove the connection even on the bottom. The Meshach Shalonu Eno Mechalik L'Kach. Our Shas does not make such a distinction. Ayin Sham. I'm sorry. Since our Shas does not make a distinction between top and bottom. That's a Rashba. You have in halacha near in terms of halacha, ma'aser is a greater avate mahani that to scrape away the connection definitely works. Come forward by Torah Shonah Siv Chavei Siv Chav. I feel deep because he has Hashem with Torah Grav. Even when the letters of the Shem Hashem are connected, you're allowed to scrape. Mishnah Berurah brings down that if a big letter, if a letter is big and it connects at its end in a manner that if you scrape the connection, there's still going to be the form of a letter. Some make a question, some say puzzle. And the Chodim are machmir. Therefore, you have to remove. Oh, I see. Before you scrape it. In other words, Mishnah Berurah says it's kind of like amigo. If the letter is big enough and it's connected, but if you remove the connection, it's going to still have the letter of the form of the letter. So some people are makshir even without removing the letters, the scraping. And some people are possible. Therefore, you have to scrape the place they're connected before you use the tefillin. Even though this works because the Tzuras also is already there. That's the Mishnah Berurah. Back to the Arukh HaShulchan. Says that you, even by Shem Hashem will have to be scraped. But when it's connected on the bottom, if you have to scrape, certainly on a weekday you should scrape for continuing laning. Again, the Mishnah, the Mishnah Berurah right before was in the wrong. I read in the wrong place. Sorry, that Mishnah Berurah actually should have been here. Whether you continue laning as is or not, Mishnah Berurah is saying that if it's a big letter and then it's nicker, even without the scraping, so even though you should scrape eventually, you can continue laning as is until you get a time to do it. According to some achronim, but most achronim are machmir come out like the Arukh HaShulchan that you should scrape immediately. But Shamt is the yontif, the greater asur, but on Shabbos the other when you can't scrape, you can lie on the Yerushalmi, and not take out another Sefer Torah, because of the degradation of this Torah. The Mishnah Berurah says, if it happens Shabbos when you can't scrape, you can lean it that way. And if the connection is at the beginning of the writing letter or the middle, then anywhere beyond the connection is considered possible. And she's there to take another Sefer Torah, even if Tzuras is not changed. Some people make they don't have to take out another Sefer Torah even in this way. If it's a Shas of Chak, there's no other Sefer Torah, and you have to take time to bring it elsewhere, so then you can rely on this to finish the Kriya on this Sefer Torah. So according to Arukh HaShulchan, you find on Shabbos, you can continue regardless. According to Mishnah Berurah, if it's at the end of a letter, you can continue regardless. If it's the beginning or middle of a letter, it's better to take out another Sefer Torah if there's one nearby. Back to Arukh HaShulchan in the brackets. He's more stringent. Ayin Sham. More lenient. Therefore, when you cannot scrape, you can line the Radach. They have the crowns on letter Shatnez gates in which there are crowns touch each other. You should remove it, scrape it below Musakach. It's not possible before you scrape it. The Biur distinguishes. He says if the tagim of the letter itself touch each other, that's possible. Of course, to still fix it by scraping, even until Mezuzahs, and it's not called Shalok Kasidra, since it's the same letter. if each letter is distinct in itself and the tag of one letter touches the tag of another letter, there's machlokes. The point scheme, and it's preferable to scrape. Back to Arukh HaShulchan. Rambam puzzle. That which Rambam wrote that if the tag and touch each other is puzzle. It's me, honey. I'm astounded, says Arukh HaShulchan. The Rambam Perek Beis Perek Zayin Kosav. That tagging and Akvin Klalio says tagging are not impediment. They're not required. When you're machshil edge, and the mirror says the explicit kosher. Come on, we're gonna have Avram Viduk. So certainly with the Evet, you can rely on the tagging. Even you can rely on the even the tagging or something mixed up. Yud Beis. Klasa Ben Ramah B'Siv Tal V'Yichtog Ksiva Tama. He said before Shalef Kutzel Shayat shouldn't be missing the thorn of the Yud. You have the proper tagging. Ksiva Gasa Ktsas. You should write a little bit thick. Shaloyin L'Chokim so they're going to get so easily erased. It's a mitzvah to make the letters adorned inside and out. Shabbos Saptom Ksiva Tama Shlichtov Alf and Ayin. You know, Shabbos says Ksiva Tama is not to write the wrong letter, Alf and Ayin, or Ayin vice versa. Gam Ksiva Kutsu Shayod. Nevertheless, missing the Kutsu Shayod ain't a Ksiva Tama. The Ksiva Tama shows Nichtav B'Shem, but Ksiva Tama's letters are in perfection. But Gam B'Shem, Gam B'Shem, even there, Baal Korach ain't a Kavanah Mamish Alf and Ayin. It can't mean literally Alf and Ayin. Can't cross the Ksavtim, if it's so wrong, you don't need to pass it because the Ksavtim, it's not like it's just supposed to be written. It means it looks a little bit like an ayin. Such as when you took the bottom unit of the olive and made it extend a little bit higher, Lamala Mamish. The top unit of the olive you made go down. The Ksas Ayin Kamuvan looks like an ayin, as he says, it's evident. Even though it's an elf, it's an alf, so it's not perfected. So missing the thorn is also not perfected. So both of them are chesronos of not mimos. Uklodis bar b'zev simen lamed vav sif dalet vav hayin shom.